when we read the news as a newspaper, we'd sit and read the articles. And I can remember a Sunday morning would be going by newspapers and sit and read them. You don't do that anymore. You just scroll, read a headline, read a few lines, and then go, right, done, next, next, next. And so how much depth of information do you ever get out of that? How much knowledge of real situations do you achieve in that? And therefore, in your decision making, how good a decision are you really making on something as well?
Yeah, because you're giving yourself the ability to dig deep if you can, assess, and not hurry through a decision. There's a lot of things here that I think the book makes an argument why it's worth getting your focus back. And it made me think about times when I'm truly present. There are moments where I think I'm truly present. And I know that snorkeling has been a recent one because I think when you're underwater and you're trying not to die, you feel like you're very much focused on staying afloat, but you're very much there. That for me quite because yoga doesn't do it. I think of everything that's happening there. I can't turn it off for yoga. I find
Yeah,
that
okay.
you
Just
know
need
uh,
more.
yeah, and I think watching my kids play sport, I'm very immersed and very present in what they're doing. And then I realize that, when I'm in a deep client meeting, for example, very switched on and engaged. But I think aside from those moments as an adult, I think my attention is
So I
forced.
think back, and I even do it, and we do it now every now and again, although we didn't do it when the kids were home for Easter weekend. But playing cards has always been a time, I think, in my life where, and it's what has brought me so much joy. So if I reflect on the giggling, the laughing, the camaraderie, the competitiveness of that, playing a game of
Mm.
and just sitting around, no one's got phones, no one's got, distracted, and just being present, as you say, is really where I think you're in flow.
Yes, I think
Things like
for us, maybe it's cooking as well.
snorkeling.
I think two of us have cooking probably in common. I realized that when you're in
Yes,
the flow, so I think it maybe if you're someone listening in, it's not about redesigning your whole life because he did a quite a extreme thing of totally switching off entirely, and that may not be practical.
absolutely.
But
No.
it's more of going, what can you put into your day where there's flow, there's focus, there's being present, where
Yeah.
you can be in that and being intentional with how that could work.
And I think people who love to paint or draw or, they are people who would be in flow. Go play a musical instrument, totally in flow. Like, all of that, absolutely. You think about a big rock star on a stage and you think they are definitely in flow, aren't they? You know what I mean? Like, so, when you're on a hockey field, you would be in flow.
Yes, because you're trying, generally trying not to get hit by a ball. So
Yeah.
yes, you're right. So that there's a sport. People might go to the gym. I would think that it's really hard to be distracted in those moments when you're
But
needing to
some
actually do
gyms,
that.
I would say, is you can get distracted. People are still on a phone, so they're
True.
listening to a podcast. Like, you can't do 2, 3 things at once. That's the thing. Something has to give in that process. Now, we would all say we're multitasking,
Mm.
but the brain just does not have the ability. The brain's going ping, 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 ping,
Yes.
is what this book's saying.